Hey everyone, my name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. If you like making money, if you want to learn more about investing, looking for undervalued investment opportunities, this is a financial education channel. Click subscribe if that interests you. Give me a thumbs up for this content and leave questions and comments below in the comment section. I really do appreciate feedback and comments, so please leave them. This is talking about experts just in general, YouTube experts, wherever you see them. These are my opinions on what you should be looking for listening to experts. So I'm going to go in here, and this is where the value is. If you're going to be on YouTube, listening to YouTube clips and all these people who've made a lot of money, this is what I think is valuable to listen for. So when listening to experts, I've listened to a lot of experts over the years. Includes YouTube and articles and whatever it may be. But this is what I've found is most of the experts are right on the overall big picture. This is why they win. They get the big picture right, and then they develop an investment thesis or an investment strategy, and then take advantage of that overall big picture and really capitalize on getting it right. They also don't trade in and out of companies. They're kind of a buy and hold type. Buy and hold strategies is what I've seen, and they invest for the overall big trend, big picture. They are extremely picky on their entry points, very, very picky. So they are very good at finding value, identifying trend changes, and then being very picky with their entry points on when they buy their assets. And as far as I can tell, they're almost all extremely patient. And they become very excited when the value is very high, when the opportunities are high. So they capitalize when the opportunities are high, and they get very good entry points. So they wait for the pitch, so to speak, in baseball. They don't swing at everything. They just wait and wait and wait. They don't chase pitches out of the strike zones. They wait for the big, fat, juicy pitches right down the middle, and then they swing. They swing after what they think they can hit. And again, they rig the game in their favor. They don't go into sectors that they don't know. They do what they know. They find companies, they find management teams, and then they invest in we'll call it very favorable conditions. And then they get very good terms on whatever they buy. So obviously, things are a little bit different. They can get warrants and all sorts of stuff when you invest large sums of money in some of these companies. So they wait for great opportunities in areas they know a lot about, and then they go big when it's cheap. And then they just hold on. They can't trade in and out of these companies. So I call it the art of stock picking. Surprisingly, over the years, I've followed a lot of very well-known YouTube experts and watched their stock picks, and I've tracked them over time. And I'll be honest, a lot of the picks have been duds for a long time and never panned out for a lot of these very wealthy individuals. But picking individual stocks is extremely tough because not everyone knows the exact reasoning why a stock goes up. And mainly what I think it is just money flows. So this is what I've noticed over the years. I'm going to go through this next slide. And this is how you really win. If you get the market conditions right, where the money starts to flow from sector to sector, this is where I see the experts win over time. It's that money flow. It's not the fundamentals. You can have great fundamentals, but if you've got the wrong timing and the money's not flowing into that sector, it's just dead money. That's what I've seen, and that's what I mean by some of these guys have duds. So they chose very undervalued companies with very good fundamentals, but the company never went anywhere. So you have to get the rotation of money. If you get the value and market conditions right, where money flows into the sectors you are in, you win. Doesn't even matter what the fundamentals are for the majority of the companies. They almost all go up. It's not about fundamental analysis per se of companies and their earnings for a lot of these commodity type companies, because what they sell could drastically go up in short periods of time, changing the fundamentals of the company quite dramatically. So you can see fundamentals changing quite dramatically over time with these large price increases. It's about getting the value and timing right, and they almost all do well, is what I see. And that goes for a lot of these experts investing as well. It's if you get the timing right, you get the trend right, you get the adoption right. I mean, it's like, oh my God, the money just comes and all the money flows into it, pushing everything up. So the experts here, the experts are great at identifying these market condition changes. That's what I've noticed. This is where I think most everyone should really become great at. Because if you can become great at identifying value and market condition changes, you're going to win and you're going to make a lot of money. I've made a lot of money. I've made a lot more money by identifying value in market conditions, and have focused on why money flows than mastering the art of picking the best stock. That's just for me. And I've also found that picking the obvious picks are best if it is not a commodity type company. Obvious picks like Chipotle, you just see it growing, you put some money in it, and then you make a bunch of money. It is that easy sometimes. And the conclusion here is, listen to experts for what they're good at. Pick and choose, make sure that they're good at that, and then take that information from them that they're good at. Wait for good entry points. That is critical. You make all the money on the buy. Be patient waiting for good entry points and for when you are invested. You have to be patient. They do cost average in for the most part, and most of the time the obvious choice is a good choice in my opinion. And if you see a company that just came out and they have a great product or a great service, whatever it is, and you start to see more and more people use it. One of these was Roku for me, because I went into Roku pretty early, invested in it, and it went way up. I held on to it. I probably could have even held on to it longer than when I did, and maybe I should have just never sold it at all. But I did go and rotated that into some commodity investments, which have done incredibly well. But most of the time, you buy something, you see a trend change, you see it come through. It's like, man, jump on it, jump on it, and just sit on it. That's what a lot of the experts do. They are very good at identifying trend changes and adoption rates. So if you want to be good and you want to listen to experts on YouTube, try to focus in on market conditions, value, and the trend changes, like those things. Once you figure out and kind of break it up and say, this is why they're successful is because of X, Y, Z, you can incorporate that into your investing. If you guys like this channel, subscribe, give me a thumbs up for the content, and thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.